Welcome back to our channel, Best to Watch. Today we are here to talk about the top 10 hidden gem movies on Prime Video, unlike anything you've seen. But before we get started, subscribe to our channel to never miss any updates. So without any further delay, let's get started quickly. Number 1. Mission Impossible. A movie adaptation of the popular TV series Mission Impossible of last year.
Without first a great suffering, the greater the suffering.
The operation of the IMF, a spy organization deployed in Eastern Europe, fails due to information leaks. Ethan, who has lost many of his peers, learns that this is an operation to find traitors within the IMF, but the suspicion lies with him. Ethan contacts Claire, wife of dead leader Jim Phelps, to uncover the truth. He adds former CIA Krieger and genius hacker Luther as new members and fiercely attempts to infiltrate the CIA headquarters.
Assassin. I don't trust anybody outside of this room.
Number 2. Dark Gold Dogs.
Hachiko was my grandfather Wilson's dog.
Taro Ando, played by Yuki Yamada, climbed up to the group leader at a young age. I had to wash my feet from the Zuka because of my minions who were young on the Kanzai Yukazuka. As soon as the crest was removed, Kashi Tokona, played by Suzuki Takota, a black gold shark who had been making money, was able to drive him. Todomi, who is fluffy and kicks, learns how to collect bonds from elementary and junior high school, and decides to become a loan shark. Then, Yoshio Kimotino, played by Yusuke Furusawa, who loves Irina, played by Ami Tomiti, of the underground idol Kero Rhythm, becomes a guest but struggles to collect the debt. On the other hand, Irina was required to pay a large amount of money every time an event or a CD was released due to the method of the president of the Virtue Office, played by Kanji Tsuda. Even though she continued to be an idol, she was also working on the Dark Gold, the world of dark gold where elephants and elephants flock. Can Todomi go up this road? Number 3. Transporter Refueled. The fastest and strongest carriers start. A request from Anna, a beautiful woman with a bewitching charm. 3 beautiful women who got into Frank's car arrived on time. Frank was struck by a video of his muzzle and his father in captivity. A deadly poison eroded the hostage father's body and his life was approaching 12 hours. Frank resents the forced request that violates the rules of a professional carrier, but finds out that Anna and the others are approaching the devil's hands of a violent criminal organization. Aiming for life is a huge prostitution cartel led by Frank's Special Forces era rival Madman Karazov. A genius carrier who sways between his own rules, his mission to follow, and his father's life starts running with his car Audi. However, a betrayal from loved one awaited this request. Number 4. Flight Game.
I hate flying. The lines, the crowds, the delays.
An air marshal service building pretending to be a passenger to guard a passenger plane from New York to London. At midnight, if you don't send money to the designated account on a cell phone, you'll receive an email every 20 minutes telling you to kill someone on the plane. While suspicious of mischief or seriousness, the first victim comes out. Bill detains passengers and examines their luggage and cell phones, but finds no clue. The security bureau, which examined the passenger list, suspects Bill, saying everyone has no problem except for you. He had a dark past and still had some problems. Furthermore, it turns out that the criminal's designated account is in the name of Bill. The crimes were repeated with the second and third people, and while the suspicion and tension on the plane reached the peak, the next time limit was approaching.
This is a setup. Something else is going on.
Number 5. Outlaw.
Is a ghost, served in the military police. A brilliant investigator.
In Outlaw, Tom Cruise plays Jack Reacher, a former US military undercover investigator. He is the main character in the US best-selling novel Jack Reacher series. A former US military sniper accused of a brutal murder remains silent and demands call Jack Reacher on a piece of paper.
What does an army cop do mostly?
What you do, with one minor difference.
Number 6. 007 Spectre.
You had no authority. None.
Bond, played by Daniel Craig, receives a photo left unburned in Skyfall, where he spent his childhood. To approach the mystery hidden in the photo, M, played by Ralph Fiennes' restraint, was shaken off in Mexico alone. He travels to Rome where Bond meets Lucia Ciara, played by Monica Bellucci, the ex-wife of the infamous criminal who was killed, and discovers the existence of the equal organization Spectre. Number 7. Mechanic World Mission. An assassination request comes into the bishop, who washed his feet from the killer. Raised with him as an assassin in his childhood, he is from his brother Crane, who betrayed Bishop and fled. Bishop refuses, but he is taken hostage by an innocent woman and is forced to return. The target is a giant fixer who controls the world behind the scenes as a weapons dealer. Eventually, Bishop learns that death awaits whether successful or unsuccessful. Moreover, Crane is the only man in the world who knows Bishop's weaknesses. What is the whereabouts of the ultra-difficult mission, and what is the true purpose of Crane?
I want to help you avoid an accident.
What do you have in mind?
You'll have to die.
Number 8. Tarzan Reborn.
We will never survive.
A British aristocrat who lives a wealthy life, and with his beautiful wife in London. His name is Tarzan. Shortly after birth, he was involved in a marine accident and was raised by animals in the Congolese jungle. And with all those smart, wild, and unbalanced charms, he was one of the most sought after in the government. One day, at the behest of the government, he returned to his hometown with his wife Jane for diplomacy. But it was a trap directed at Tarzan. The hometown is invaded and Jane is kidnapped. Tarzan decides to throw everything he has and return to the jungle to save his beloved wife and hometown. Can Tarzan awaken his wildness and regain everything?
Like a damsel.
He's Tarzan. You're Jane. He'll come for you.
Number 9. All You Need Is Kill.
What I am about to tell you sounds crazy. But you have to listen to me.
A sci-fi action movie based on the writer Hirozuki Sarazuka original light novel starring Tom Cruise. Set shortly on the Earth, it depicts soldiers learning skills while fighting many times while looping between battle and death. Directed by Doug Liman, such as The Bourne Identity and Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Emily Blunt, such as The Devil Wears Prada, is a female soldier of the Special Forces who fights with the main character. Not only the battle scene like Tom, but also the Japanese novel is expected to be flashy as a Hollywood blockbuster. Number 10. Elysium. In 2154, the world was completely divided into two. While a handful of wealthy people enjoyed the finest life in the space colony Elysium floating in the sky, the majority of humankind was forced to live in poverty on a devastated Earth. Max, played by Matt Damon, who lives in a slum, is sentenced to 5 days to live in an accident one day. The only way to survive is to enter Elysium, which has a medical pod. A ruthless female defense secretary, Delacourt, played by Jodie Foster, stands in front of him, who joins the resistance army and challenges Elysium with the determination of death. This was all about it, and on that note, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit like and subscribe to our channel, Best to Watch. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section.